Greetings to you all. My name is Dr. Nkateko Imabunda. I will be taking you through computers and smartphone literacy course. Today we're going to be focusing on the use of smartphone to create an Excel document using a grocery list as an example, where you'll track the items that were bought, their prices, and the total available. So it's a mini budget, in other words, for grocery items. To do that, you need to have this app installed, WPS Office, to operate just like MS Word in your laptops. You can create Word documents, PowerPoints, and Excel as we do in this example. Let's quickly dive onto it. Right now, when you open the screen for the first time, it will come up with this, where you can make a document from scratch, or you can use a document. So there is a template for list. We've got a template for monthly schedule and a timetable class schedule. Nothing suit our purpose. If nothing suit our purpose, we just have to go with a new one on the plus sign. So the first column is what you read from top to bottom. In this case, they are labeled with alphabet A, B, C, D, and so forth. A row is what you read across, left to right or right to left. In this case, they are numbered using numbering, standard numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this, for instance, being in column A and row 3. At the top, we're going to put our titles, starting with the first column. If you double click there, it will bring up a text prompt where you can add a text. So in our keypad, we enter the title, which is number. That's a number. And then second one, that will be item name. Okay. And we look at what is paid. So there is a difference between paid and cost in our context. Cost is what you anticipate to pay. Pay is the actual amount which you paid. Now, that one, we must make sure that it stays in one place. It doesn't move as we scroll down. For us to do that, we use what's called data freeze, which you can get under data. If it's not on data, it should be on view. When we click freeze pane, we freeze the top row. So it will remain. Even if we scroll, you can see the numbers on the left are changing, but the contents at the top, they remain the same. We make it bold. There's a center justification. We have our center. They are now in the center. Now, we can number our items 1 to whatever we want. Double click, we set it to numbers, we put 1. Depending on a version, you might not to number everything. You might just do first 2, and then you hold the right corner and you drag. And with that, you will able to adjust the numbering. But this one, I tried many times. It doesn't work. So we can populate our table and put in formulas. But before we do that, perhaps we're gonna need totals for what is being done. So we can put total at the end of the screen, and unfortunately doing that, it will be hard for us to locate. So top right corner, let's just insert more column there. Rows, we insert rows. Now our freezing will be freezing something else there. So we insert rows at the top. The first one will be budget, which is what we anticipate to pay, and the next one we're gonna put cost. So that's what we use the word cost, okay, and we use the word paid. All right. Let's say total or balance, and we can say balance, but balance then we'll have to calculate it. We need to spend, so we can use the word expense to say now how much total we have incurred so far. Once we are on that, we acknowledge this, and we can make that bold and make that bold. So next to budget, perhaps we should have used the column there. Next to budget, we put a column. Same as next to expense, we put a column. Right. We acknowledge. We can start filling in the values. Just for your example, I see the numbering is corrected. We corrected it already. You can just put 3 items, but we need to validate on available. Is it available or not available? So we select that column which we anticipate to have 30 items. And then once we are there, we go to data, we select validation. So it will depend from one application to the other what you use. You need to know where to find what. What's important for you is to know the basic features. So here we select the listing type. Under the list, which we have selected, we must go for 1 when it's available, and 0 if not available. Since it wants 3 and we will only have to use 2, we can just repeat the other one and we go okay. Right, that's why we're gonna say tick when it's available. Now our first item, perhaps we should expand this. To expand, you click on the column itself and drag to move right or left, depending on what you're doing. Left to decrease and right to expand. So firstly, let's start with the bath soap. We double tap there, bath soaps. You know, in a house you can't use 1 bath soap for the whole month unless you don't wash. So now here we realize that we're missing one thing there. We need to, talking about not using one bath soap, we need to add the quantity there. So insert column, what we do there. So this one must be taken to see, paste it there. So underneath there we have the quantity, then actual number of items that we're gonna buy. Quantity, right? So we have an item as a bath soap, and we need how many of them? Let's say 6. And price for each. These will take money, so we rather condition it to be able to take the money, meaning that the first letter should be R, and we go there. We need let's say view. Let's see what we have on view. Okay, and under home, format cells, number, general, currency. What's the unit for currency or symbol? We have yens, US dollars, rubrics. Rand is not there, so we just say we don't allow, we just say none, but it will be in a format of money. So then a bath soap, let's somehow align this to the center. Right, bath soap quantity, and we say maybe somehow align this to the center as well. So everything must be centered. A bath soap, we need 6. Everything will be aligned to the center. Perhaps we had to, oh, now it's gonna stretch. We'll align as we go along. Price for a soap, that normally goes for around, so let's say 12 rand. And the total cost is a formula here, which we start, when you enter a formula, you put equal sign first, equals to, and then we're gonna be multiplying what is on C by that on D, right? So that is in this case C3, and then multiply. Multiply, you use an asterisk, you don't use an X. D3, the same row, because the number is the same. Then we acknowledge the formula. Right, that formula we're gonna use it everywhere, so we copy it. Copy, and then we paste it in every cell of that row, or up to 32. We pasted it, so now is 0. We don't have to re-enter the formula again. So we validate it. It's available, taken. Now the paid, again there we're gonna need a formula, which gonna start by equals to, we multiply F3, and then we multiply by E3, and then we copy the whole formula. That will apply for everything. So now the anticipated cost, it will be budget which we put on B. We might have to format this thing here. We fill it with a color. Alright, this is not the type of fill we are looking at. This is what we're looking at. Let's fill it with green for us to be able to differentiate with the others. So there, if we have to type the value of it, is an equation which is equals to, we start by equals to sum. We are summing values, sum. After the command, which is sum, we specify the values to be summed. So we're gonna sum the total anticipated cost. So we go all the way up to E32. Right, that's it. That is our total. Now that is money. Again, don't forget, we start by bolding it, and we can center it like other values, and then we choose the type, format cells, and which is currency. Go okay. So our budget is 1,035 rand. There is our budget spreadsheet done. If we look at the top, we budgeted for 1,035 based on the items we have entered so far, and we spent 205, and our balance is 830. So that's how you can quickly create a list of items to buy for your grocery when using Excel, but on your cell phone. So we can like zoom on to it. That's how it looks. Select that, there we share it as a file, and then where are we sharing it? Maybe we can email. Let's see on more what we have there. We can even print, I think. Yeah, we can even like print that or create a PDF. Also, we can WhatsApp it if we want to WhatsApp to this guy as an attachment. It's WhatsApped. Okay, so that's how we can create a Excel document. Let's open it up and see how it looks like. You can use a computer to open it if you want, if you have one. So this is your template for grocery. You can stay on within your budget of 1,035. You only used 205. You're left with 830. And good luck with your practices.